head. So I see a lot of golfers who kind of roll the left arm, so that's the club in a square position. They'll almost get the left arm rotating too much, and what that does to the club face is it opens up the club face on the backswing. So I get to top the backswing, my lead wrist is cupped. So the more we go inside, the more we're going to open the face. Another thing I see is when a lot of golfers kind of take the club outside, and what happens from there is the club face in a really strong position, and as we get to the top of the backswing, the club face is closed, and then from there we're kind of in danger. So think about where the left arm should be, the amount of forearm rotation we should have. So I draw to focus on, put your right arm on your left forearm, so the right arm on the left forearm all the time, so we're getting to the top of the backswing. And then from there we're trying to keep the left wrist in a flat position, the club head is in a square position. So the more forearm rotation we create, the more the club face is open, the more we go outside, the more closed the club face is going to be. So it's kind of understanding your parameters and what we need to do to stop the club face over rotating. Part number 2, the right elbow, and how much that bends on the way back. So I see a lot of golfers who get to the top of the backswing or halfway back, and what they'll do is they won't keep this they'll keep this right arm too straight, so they'll get into this position, and then from there they create a big disconnection. So what's going to happen, don't think about too much about what the right arm's doing, think about the left arm. So we get to the top of the backswing, so we talked about in the previous video the amount of forearm rotation, so we're getting the club face in a nice square position to start off with. What we want to do with this right elbow, as the club gets past waist height, this right arm's gradually going to start to flex, okay? So the right arm kind of flexes, the left arm stays straight. I see too many golfers who kind of keep this right arm too straight, and then from there the left arm has to bend to get to the top of the backswing. So halfway back, pay attention, feel like the right arm's gradually fold in, so you've kind of got a good connection between the right elbow and right hip. We get to the top of the backswing, and then we're keeping that flex all the way through, and then the right arm starts to straighten out on the downswing. Tip number 3, what we're going to talk about is wrist angles. So what we want to do as the club's approaching the impact position, so we talked in the previous video about the right elbow, how the right elbow gradually folds on the way back. Now we're kind of going to talk about the left wrist relative to the right wrist. So what we're going to do from here is, as we get to the top of the backswing, we're going to feel like the left wrist is in a bowed position, so the back of the left wrist points to the sky. So we're in the left wrist is kind of in a flexed position. What's going to happen from there is the right wrist is going to be bent back in a more extended position. So we're getting to the top of the backswing. From there the left wrist remains in a flexed position, the right wrist remains extended. So if I get into a position where I scoop, so we're going to gradually cut the lead wrist, then from there we're going to add a little loft in impact. So the idea is the lead wrist has to be, the knuckles on the lead wrist have to point down towards the ground in a flexed position, so the left wrist in a flexed position. The right wrist is going to be bent back in that position, that's going to keep the loft down. First video where we kind of create a lot of forearm rotation on the club face is open. Now what we're going to talk about is when do we hinge our left wrist, okay? So when we get to the top of the backswing, or halfway back, let's say, if I was to kind of add in a quick wrist set, so I've set the club really early, then what's going to happen, if I hinge that left wrist too early, my lead wrist goes into a very cut position to start off with, the club face is a little bit too far open. So it's understanding, we kind of hinge the wrist so the club head, as the club head goes up, the butt end goes down, that's going to allow the kind of left wrist to hinge. So as we get to the top of the backswing, our left wrist is going to be in radial deviation, so the hinging of the left wrist going up the way. And as we come back down, we're kind of trying to hold on to that angle as long as possible. If we don't add in a lot of wrist hinge, then what's going to happen is the club face is going to be in a strong position. So it's important to just try and get into a habit. Taking the club halfway back, club parallel with your feet. And what's going to happen is we're going to try and add in a little bit of wrist hinge. As the club head goes up, the butt end goes down. That's going to help us kind of keep the club face in a neutral position. So golfers, part number 5, what we want to talk about is the position of the right shoulder relative to the body. So the common trait number 1 I see is when golfers take the club back and they'll add in a lot of forearm rotation, so the club head's over rotated, the butt end shoots out towards the golf ball. And then from there, this right shoulder doesn't rotate a lot, so we kind of get into this position, our right shoulder gets a little bit too deep, we get a little bit too flat on the way back. So from there, for me to get kind of the club back and playing a swing over the top, so we're adding a lot of forearm rotation and we're going too far behind the body. From there we have to try and obviously swing over the top to get back on the desired angle. So now what we're going to talk about is if I was to kind of have minimal forearm rotation, so we take the club back, we're keeping the face in a close position, we're not adding in a lot of forearm rotation that way. So we get to the top. What tends to happen is the club goes on a steeper plane on the way back, so the club almost lifts up towards the sky. What happens from there is the club gets across the line, my right elbow gets a little bit high, I'm not really rotating my shoulders very much.